In the 17th century, a Swiss physician named Johannes Hofer coined the term nostalgia to describe a condition he observed in soldiers stationed far from home, a documented illness, complete with physical symptoms including loss of appetite, insomnia, heart palpitations, and in the most severe recorded cases, death. It was treated as a legitimate medical diagnosis for roughly 2 centuries. The origin of this medical framing makes more sense once you understand what nostalgia was actually doing to these soldiers. An intense, physically consuming longing for home, powerful enough to disrupt basic bodily function. Physicians of the era had no framework for understanding emotion as something that could produce genuine physical symptoms without an underlying physical illness, so they classified the emotional experience itself as the disease. The pivotal insight that reshaped how we understand nostalgia came much later, once psychology developed better tools for studying emotion directly rather than only its physical symptoms. Researchers found that nostalgia isn't actually a form of homesickness or grief in the way 17th century physicians assumed. It's a complex, blended emotional state, genuinely bittersweet, containing both loss and comfort simultaneously, rather than being a purely negative or purely positive experience. Modern research on nostalgia has found something that would have surprised those early physicians considerably. Nostalgia, in measured, healthy amounts, actually functions as a psychological resource rather than an illness. Studies show that nostalgic reflection increases feelings of social connectedness, boosts mood in the short term, and can even increase a sense of meaning and continuity in life, precisely because it reminds people of relationships, identities, and experiences that mattered, reinforcing a felt sense that their life has coherent thread running through it. The bittersweetness itself isn't a flaw in the experience, it's the actual mechanism producing its benefit. The sweet component comes from re-experiencing genuine warmth and connection from the memory itself. The bitter component comes from the simultaneous, honest awareness that the moment is gone and can't be re-entered. Research suggests it's precisely this combination, held together rather than resolved in either direction, that produces nostalgia's specific emotional value, a pure positive memory, without any sense of loss, wouldn't carry the same reflective, grounding weight nostalgia does. There's a specific pattern worth noting in when nostalgia tends to surface most intensely. Research has found it spikes during transitions, loneliness, and uncertainty moments, when a person's sense of identity or belonging feels less stable. This lines up with the psychological resource framing directly. Nostalgia appears to function almost like an emotional anchor, activating precisely when someone needs a reminder of continuity and connectedness the most. The principle worth extracting from tracing this whole history. An emotional experience that looked like pure illness to 17th century medicine, complete with physical symptoms severe enough to be fatal in extreme cases, turned out on closer, modern examination to be something closer to a built-in psychological support system proof that understanding the actual function of an emotion, rather than just its surface symptoms, can completely invert how threatening or safe that emotion appears to be. There's a modern application of this history worth noting. Some contemporary researchers have begun deliberately using nostalgic reflection as a therapeutic tool, particularly for people navigating major life transitions, grief, or periods of loneliness, precisely because of its documented ability to restore a felt sense of connectedness and continuity. This represents a fairly complete inversion of Hofer's original framework. An experience once treated as a disease to be cured is now, in some clinical contexts, deliberately prescribed as a coping resource. It's a useful reminder that emotional experiences aren't inherently good or bad in isolation. Their value depends heavily on dose, context, and whether a person gets stuck dwelling in the past or uses the reflection as a genuine source of grounding before returning attention to the present.